there are football matches. And then there are collisions. Games that are not played on grass, but on memory, on scars, on everything a country refuses to forget. Argentina versus Netherlands was never just football. It was history returning like a storm. And in Qatar, in 2022, that storm broke the sky open. But to understand why, you need to go back. Because this story doesn't begin in 2022. It begins 44 years earlier. 1978, Buenos Aires. The stadium wasn't just loud. It was trembling. The dictatorship waved flags like weapons. Drums echoed like war. Argentina lifted the World Cup at home. But the Netherlands? They walked away feeling robbed. They believed the match had been influenced. That the field was tilted against them. That something sacred had been taken. Tell me, what does a nation do with a wound it cannot prove, but cannot forget? It buries it, but it never heals. 1998 France. Quarterfinal. Heat. Nerves. The kind of silence that only comes before heartbreak. The ball falls to Dennis Bergkamp. One touch to control. One to turn. One to finish. A goal that felt like poetry and cruelty at the same time. Argentina didn't just lose. It felt personal. A scar added to a scar. 2014 Brazil. Semi-final. Two exhausted teams. Football reduced to survival. Argentina wins on penalties. Messi turns toward the Dutch supporters and shouts. It was not celebration. It was memory. He remembered Bergkamp. He remembered 1978. He remembered everything Argentina had lost. 3 matches. 3 eras. 3 wounds that never closed. No forgiveness. No peace. Only waiting. But this time, the rivalry was not only national. It was personal. The name at the center? Louis van Gaal. Years earlier, at Barcelona, Van Gaal coached one Roman Riquelme. Riquelme, the soul of Argentinian football. A number 10 who played like a painter, with pauses, with rhythm, with the weight of every street in Buenos Aires in his feet. But Van Gaal didn't see artistry. He saw inefficiency. He benched him, dismissed him, reduced him to a shadow. If you're Argentinian, you know, Riquelme is not just a player. He is identity. Messi grew up worshiping him, learning from him, carrying his style in his blood. So what happens when someone disrespects your foundation? You don't forget. You wait. December 9th, 2022. Lusail Stadium. The air was not electric. It was heavy. Van Gaal spoke before the match. Argentina depends too much on Messi. We know how to stop him. He didn't attack a player. He attacked a belief, a culture, a lineage. The whistle blew. And from the first second, this was not football. It was collision. Shoulders slammed. Voices cracked. Every duel was a statement. Then it came. Messi. Head up. Scanning. Measuring time like a composer. A pass. Not a pass of technique. A pass of imagination. A pass that should exist only in dreams. Molina finishes. 1-0. Messi does not celebrate wildly. He walks. Calm. Icy. Focused. He was not saving energy. He was saving emotion. Messi steps up. No expression. No hesitation. Goal. And then the moment. He turns. He walks toward the Dutch bench. Toward Van Gaal. His eyes say, "Remember Riquelme." This was not a goal. This was a message carried across 20 years. But rivalries don't break. They respond. Van Gaal brings on Wout Weghorst. A giant. A hammer. A problem. Cross. Header. Goal. And the stadium changes. Breathing becomes difficult. Then the final second of stoppage time. Everyone expects a shot. Instead, a whisper disguised as a pass. Weghorst turns. Shoots. Scores. 2-2. The world stops. Chaos erupts. Players scream. Benches empty. Referees drown. This was not football anymore. This was history pulled to the surface. Extra time was not played. It was endured. No rhythm. No plan. Only fear and instinct. And then, penalties. Penalties do not show skill. They reveal souls. Dibu Martinez didn't defend that goal. He hunted inside it. He laughed. He taunted. He broke timing. He broke nerves. He broke the Netherlands. Argentina scores. Netherlands misses. Argentina scores again. Montiel steps up. Pause. Strike. Net. Argentina advances. The stadium explodes like a heartbeat that had been held too long. But the most unforgettable moment came after the whistle. Messi sees Weghorst, and with a look sharp enough to cut glass. What are you looking at? Go on. Keep moving. Cold. Controlled. Final. Not anger. Closure. But this story didn't end. A year later, Van Gaal said, "It seemed everything was arranged for Argentina to win the World Cup." He didn't accuse the game. He accused destiny. Do you see now? This rivalry does not fade. It waits, like a storm behind clouds, like memory under the skin. Some matches end when the whistle blows. This one is still breathing. Let me ask you, do you believe Messi was responding for Riquelme that night? Do you think Van Gaal's comments were strategy or something deeper? And tell me, where were you when Messi said, "What are you looking at?" Because if you remember that moment, then you understand. Football is not just sport. It is identity. It is inheritance. It is us. If this story moved you, if you felt your heart tighten, if you believe football carries history, then you're one of us. Subscribe, leave your like, and share your memory in the comments. Because matches like this are not played to be forgotten. They are played to define who we are.